Good morning, friends. Welcome back to A Drill and a Dream. It is such a gorgeous, gorgeous day today. As we speak, Mark is finishing up on the patio project excavation work, which I think you've already seen. But as I'm home today, I wanted to do some work outside, specifically planting the beautiful annuals that I got at the greenhouse the other day. I want to plant them in the front garden and in the little lilac garden that I have. And then later on, after he's done, I'm gonna start figuring out what to do with the patio bed because it ended up being quite a bit larger than I realized it was going to be. And that's a lot of space to fill in. So we'll see how that all goes. I'm working on a plan for that. I want to have some vegetables over there as well as some of my cut flower ideas. But these flowers up here are mostly just to look good in the actual bed. Although I might, cut one or two here and there, but mostly I want the beds to actually look nice. So it's kind of nice. The patio is not seen as much, especially on the barn side of the house. So I can have stuff that's not as pretty, like vegetables or flowers that you cut and they don't grow back. And I think that's actually a really good place for them. I mean, obviously you want it to look somewhat nice and it will, but it doesn't have to be as nice all the time. I got the most gorgeous flowers at the greenhouse. I cannot wait to plant them and get things looking beautiful around here. Even more beautiful. It already looks amazing. These tulips have been the brightest joy for me. I mean, they're just gorgeous. They just came out, like it's just been this week, but the amount of joy, like just these pops of gorgeous flowers. I know I've shown you them already, but I'm just obsessed with them. And I can put a link below for the specific ones that I got because they're not like regular tulips. I mean, these are next level. And these ones are like 3, 4, 5, some of them. I mean, they're just so stunning. I got them from Eden Brothers. So gorgeous. So anyway, I think the rest of the flowers that I got are going to pair very well with them. So I'm excited to see how it all works out. And less beautiful, here are my pathetic little Lysianthus. I mean, there are some living ones here, but obviously they're not that pretty. We'll see how it goes. I might get 1 or 2 full plants that actually make flowers, but it was a learning experience. My snapdragons are gorgeous. And my sweet peas seem to be doing well too. I'm not so sure about the ones that I just planted recently. My celosia are coming up quite a bit, but the straw flowers and the marigolds are not as well. So we'll see how it all goes. Okay, I think these are all of the front garden ones, although I do have a coleus I could potentially put either here or there. Actually, let's start with something easy and we'll do the window box first. Okay, so these are the flowers for here. I decided to go with begonia and these angel wings for kind of like a different white silvery theme. I don't know, something different. And I decided to go, I guess I could get a shovel or something, but I decided to not do any trailers or like vines. I don't remember why I decided that, but I did, so we're going with it. I do hope that even maybe this year I might start this bed here, and I want to put in some bushes. But I want to look around at the greenhouses and see what bushes are available. So anyway, I was thinking about, I actually used this software to, it's called Simplyscapes. I just did the free trial, so I didn't go too deep into it. Or actually, it wasn't a free trial. I think I paid $9.99 for a week, so it's actually really expensive. But I wanted to see, because with that you can kind of play around and see what it would look like to have different bushes or different flower options, different landscaping stuff for your house based on a picture, and then you can add other stuff. So I'll show you what I came up with kind of as an idea for my plan for up here. So I want to have some bushes over here, more bushes in the garden, but I really like the idea of having the pathway go in front of the garden, because obviously you need some way to get to the front door, or else why do you have a front door? That's kind of my situation now. It's weird. So I think that putting the path like that would look really nice. But of course I'm going to need, and I just think, I mean, I've said that for a while, that I want to get some bushes for up front here so that you can see them better from the road. Because from the road you don't really see the garden that well, just because it's flowers. It's lower down. And it looks gorgeous from right up front, but at the road you don't see it so much. Okay, well that looks beautiful. It's very kind of contained, but that's kind of what I was picturing for this, at least this year. You know, I might change it next year depending on how this goes. With the light that it receives here, this is facing north, so it's not the best lighting, and you have to be kind of careful about what you plant. Do need a little bit more potting soil. But not everything works. A lot of plants want more sun. Okay, I have begonias. I have 6 begonias, 3 different kinds. I kind of regret getting this one because I think it's more of a hanger, but I have it now, so we're gonna do it to it, and let me place these about. I maybe should have gotten more of the white. I'm not sure. These are really pretty. The ones that I'm putting in the flower pots, I'm not sure how well they'll go with this corally color, but now that I'm looking at it, I feel like I kind of want to go pink, white, pink, white, pink. So I just won't put the pinks too close together because honestly, nobody's gonna think about it. Okay, we're just gonna do something like this and hope that my general color scheme that I bought all of my flowers in will work together the way it should. Pink, white, pink, white, pink. The begonias really did so good in this garden last year. I was so thankful for the way that they just stayed ever blooming, always having beautiful color. Oops. Oh, shucks. My butt just broke a beautiful tulip. Broke it a little bit shorter than I would have preferred, but I'll just put it in a small vase. Wow, so gorgeous. Look at that. Yeah, I hope that these begonias aren't funky in here. Hey, the front garden looks amazing with some all summer color, we hope. I really like begonias for that. Okay, these ones are the ones that are the trailers. And so I'm like, maybe they're not the best, but also they're so beautiful. Look at that. They're like, there's that and there's that. I had those ones last year in my hanging baskets. And I don't know, the hanging baskets just didn't do the best, but it could have been my watering problems. Watering too much or too little, I don't know. But they did really well down here, so I'm hoping they'll do well this year. And I'm really hoping my ferns will do amazing up here. Wow, I am so in love with the porch. The porch ceiling looks so, so good. And of course, yeah, that looks lovely. I really like the silvery leaves. I think they're fun, so I'm happy that I found a place that would be good for them. We'll see how this all grows. They're so soft. One of the things I learned about in my garden design course that I took was, she was saying if you're in an area, of course this is not, but if you're in an area where like maybe you spend a lot of time outside with lights on and stuff, that white or light colors, silvery stuff like that really shines in those situations. So I feel like something like that would be really, really fun. on the patio or even in whatever is hanging as a vine. If I have a pergola, all of that would look really pretty with the light color that kind of glows in the moonlight or in the string lights, stuff like that. Okay, moving along to the lilac garden, which, by the way, the lilacs are so beautiful. They smell so good. I love the white color too. And I have been enjoying them. I have them in like every room of my house. But it looks like I need to do a little bit of weeding here before I plant. And then I'm really excited to fill this in because there's more empty space in this garden than in the other garden. So I'm excited to see some more color in here. Okay, this is the elephant plant that I kept alive over winter. As you can see, it is thriving, not, but it is alive. And it's like the little plant that could, because it keeps growing new things and then they get big and then they die. And now it's just gotten really long and leggy with small little leaves, but it's totally ready to go outside. It just wasn't in the right life inside, I don't know. But it was really, really happy out here last year. It was so big and beautiful, and that's why I was like, I gotta keep this thing alive, because I'm in zone 4 and they do not live outside in the winter here. Okay, I think I got most of the weeds out. Now I can plant these sweet flowers. Where am I gonna put this thing? It can get really big. Maybe here. I have another kind of elephant bush that's like pink. So I'm excited about that. Yep, they're all there. I think that this guy is going to be much happier back in the real ground. Okay. Live long and prosper. And this other one, which is very pretty, but not thriving, I think I didn't water it on the porch when I should have. Okay, let me think about this. I've got the coleus. This peony. Maybe I'll do it here. Yeah, maybe I'll do it here. Okay, so I have 2 coleus. I might put one in the other garden, undecided. I've got a bunch of these little guys, which are not looking too hot. Again, everything was kind of not living its best life the last week in the porch because I didn't water it that much. But these are something, I don't remember exactly what, but something in the pansy family. They were so pretty, so I hope that they come back. I'll probably do these kind of, let's see, what do I have? I have the coleus. This one is for my beautiful pots by the door, but I think I could do 4 in each pot, which would leave 4 for this garden, and these should spread a lot. What I might do is these pansy things kind of around the outside, do these somewhere. One of these here. So that gets really big and bushy, actually. Last year I had petunias back here, and it was just one basket that I put out, but it was a big, like, hanging basket. And I got it kind of late in the year. It was on sale, and it just went crazy. And it covered so much, just one basket. So I think if I put these petunias, 4 of them spread around, it'll like cover a lot of ground. So where am I putting these pansy-like things? I actually have a lot of them because they're small. Now, they might not get too big. Let's see. Of course, the hostas will get big unless the deer come and eat them, like I think they did last year, in which case they'll be small. Well, that'll be great. All the way around the border, these pansy-like creatures. And then I'm gonna do 4 of the petunias. One, two, three, and behind or in front of the peonies? That is the question. So I'll say in front. Okay, yay, yay, happy day. Everything is planted in the lilac garden. Gorgeous, 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 gorgeous. You guessed it, gorgeous. Now, I really need to give everything a good water. Yikes. But it looks so much more full. I can't wait for everything to really grow and come together. I think the color scheme is going to be absolutely insanely gorgeous. So now I'm just waiting on, once Mark finishes up, I'm gonna plant my snapdragons that I have temporarily in these pots, which I am so enjoying. Literally, I've cut off all of the blooms because I'm loving them so much inside. So once those go in the back, I can plant those pots with their actual stuff for this year, and that is these fun spikes and then more of these petunias, which are just really pretty colors. So that's the plan. Stay tuned. Okay, so I'm standing in front of my new beautiful patio, which is so gorgeous. I'm crazy in love with it. It just got finished yesterday, and if you missed the videos that I put up on the excavation for this whole project, you should for sure check it out because it was very cool to watch. But I have a garden bed that goes all the way around the patio, and as you can see, I have some lovely garden amendments, let's just say, that have been placed on top of this soil, which is also just like random soil from around here. So, so it's filled with rocks and, yikes. I have a feeling that this whole bed is gonna take some work. Yeah, just to get it to the point of really being a good garden bed for me. So that's what I'm here to start on now. Trying to mix in this poop dirt with the rest of the dirt. Just seems like there are a lot of rocks in here also. So it's gonna be a definite process. That's actually wood. Yeah, so I'm gonna try to at least get some of this incorporated because I really want to plant my snapdragons and my lisianthus soon, preferably my snaps today. But what I'm kind of thinking is actually that I'm not sure if I will use this entire bed this season, just because it is so big and I wasn't really specifically planning for it this year. And with everything, I'm trying to slowly build in more beds. And obviously a lot of the beds are gonna have perennials in them, so they're not so much work every year. But in this bed, I want to do the cut flowers that I was planning on all along, and then also some vegetables. But I'm not sure how much space it's going to take, so I might just use this front part of it and then just mulch the rest of it, so it'll be good and ready. And this stuff will be, it'll just work its way into it for next year, and maybe lay down some cardboard as well to keep the weeds from coming up. I'm going to see how much space I end up using and kind of go from there. So anyway, I'm going to work a bit on trying to smooth this soil together and hopefully plant my snaps. And that is all that I want to accomplish today. And this bed, like everything, is just going to be a slow process to kind of get it to the point that I want it to be. Okay, that is about all that I want to handle of that in one sitting. I think I will spread that out and do a little bit every day because it's actually not that fun. Surprise, surprise. Okay, so I took one snapdragon pot worth of snapdragons and I am going to plant them, but I'm not sure exactly how. They're gonna stay in this area that I just did because I definitely don't feel like doing any more. And I had this whole plan of how I was going to do it in my other gardens, and clearly that's not happening. So I think I'm just going to kind of do it randomly in one general area, and I'll put the lisianthus in here also. Or there was something else that I wanted to be netted. Maybe zinnias? I don't remember. I was going to have them all together in one netted bed. So I guess I'll just kind of do it a little bit. Maybe everything will just be kind of haphazard. You know, flowers and vegetables. They can all be interspersed and look beautiful and taste delicious. Actually, I want to spread them out so they're all the different colors too, because I have 3 different varieties, which are so beautiful and I enjoy them so much. Ugh. Let me go get the other one. I'm actually really pleased with the way that this all worked out because they were in their little temporary, I know they can be a lot closer together than this. Sorry, one thing at a time. They were in their temporary pot home, and I was worried about the roots all growing together too much, and they didn't appear to do that, but they still seemed like they grew. So win-win. And the other thing I was going to say was, oh yeah, you can put these really close together, but I'm going to have other things interspersed, I guess. Just kind of making this up on the fly. Here I had all of my amazing plans, and now I'm making it up on the fly because everything changed. But I still think that my planning was helpful in knowing what to do. I think I should just plant my lisianthus right in here while I'm at it. Now, my lisianthus are kind of pathetic, and you can put 4 per square feet. So, what do I do with them? I just want to plant them in a place so that I know that they're there because they're so small, and otherwise I might forget that they exist or not see them. So I might just put them like right up here or something. I'm only planting the ones that I actually see something growing. And I'm just going to do a weird row of them. And I'm going to be totally honest with you. You know, I feel very unsure if anything will even really come up here. But I'm going to grow them and see. I don't see anything living on any of these pathetic little soil squares. Just don't know what to do. So I'm going to do carrots. I'm going to do cucumbers. Ooh, look at that bug. What else am I doing? Lettuce. Oh, sorry. I might just squish these a little bit together more in little groupings, so that I can have more spaces, like I could do a row of carrots or something. I don't know, I'm just kind of making it up. So as hard of work as it was to incorporate this soil, it was doable. It really took about a half hour, this area that I did. So probably 1, 2, 3, 4 more half hours. 4 more half hours. So 2 hours of more sporadic work, and it'll be done. I've heard someone say that the lisianthus don't really grow very well until they're outside. So who knows? Maybe there's still hope for them. Well, there you have it. I planted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think I planted seeds for 24 soil blocks, and I have 7 living plants. So, yeah. At least my snapdragons are doing good. So, trying to make them some rhyme or reason, but an interesting rhyme or reason. So my mom was saying that this might be a really good bed for me because the rocks will help retain moisture or something. And it's just a lot of space. It's nice. It has really good sun, at least fairly full sun, I would say. Okay guys, my snapdragons and my lisianthus are officially planted in my new patio bed. That was a workout. But I think that the colors of the snapdragons, I can't wait until they start blooming again. I've just been cutting because I like having them in my vases. But also that's good for them. It makes them grow more. They're gonna look so gorgeous though against the colors of the stone wall. I can't wait. And then when I put in the rest of the flowers that I have interspersed with vegetables, it's gonna be so cute, and so many cut flowers. Absolutely gorgeous. Okay, the very last little project I wanted to do was to plant these planters, which I just did, and the color scheme is just so beautiful, in my humble opinion, with these pots. Cannot wait to see them grow and thrive. Hopefully they'll do good in this location. Everything is just kind of a work in progress over here, but especially once I get my little stone area done here, it'll be just perfect. But my goodness, I have a lot on my plate this summer, don't I? So stay tuned because we have so many projects coming up and so many improvements on landscaping. Literally everything looks so amazing. I just can't wait to watch it all grow. Hopefully it will thrive. So I'll see you guys next time on A Drill and a Dream.